first year under your belt.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
How? Real quick, just how was it?
It was good.
You enjoy it?
Yeah. Oh, I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Being back at it was a great time. Great staff, bunch of really good kids, really good school. Excited to be doing it again. Had a good year.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we brought you in because obviously we want to talk sports with you.
Love it.
I mean, maybe some other stuff, but we'll talk about it off the air.
Already had.
Yep. We're going to talk about NFL. Obviously, the Super Bowl just happened, and the Hawks reign supreme. So we'll break down the Super Bowl. We'll talk a little bit of the Olympics. Obviously, it's been exciting so far for Team USA. They've had some ups and downs, but so far it's been exciting over there. College basketball, boy, this weekend could not have gotten any worse for me when it comes to sports. By the way, the Duke Carolina game was a thriller, and as it says here on the outline, it always delivers. And then we'll have a couple quick recap things. We'll talk hockey and the Hornets, which it says hottest team in the NBA. Also, might also be the most suspended team in the NBA here soon.
After last night,
tied with the Pistons.
100%. Yeah.
It was Malice at the Palace. I'm going to call them the Haymakers at the Hive.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, that's all I keep.
Alive at the Hive.
That's pretty cool.
Feeling alive at the Hive. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay.
That's another good one.
But as always, all right, we're going to lead off with birthdays, trivia, interesting facts.
All right, let's start off with
Rumble and Bumble.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right, let's start off with some birthdays. Hey, the Olympics are going on, right? Mark Spitz's birthday today. 7 gold medals in the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, Germany.
Munich games, by the way.
Yep. Greg Norman, big-time golfer, the Shark. And how about Daryl Johnston?
Moose?
The Moose. Yeah. Yep.
Who?
Daryl Johnston.
Cowboys fullback.
Yeah, Cowboys fullback.
Broadcaster for many years on Fox.
Oh, I never heard the name, but I'm sitting there like, who are we talking about?
Actually, I blew past
I never heard
him.
the Moose.
I blew right by him, and then later it was like, oh, wait a minute. I need to put him on there. I know who that is now.
Moose and Goose, right? Yeah, Tony Saragusa. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And I think they were with Kenny Albert.
So here I got it interesting. I need to ask y'all this. So on where I look up the birthdays, they also have sports events today.
Yeah, today in sports history.
Yeah. Okay. So listen to this. In 1996, now this was listed, so I'm going to ask you a question about it. 1996, Deep Blue, the IBM computer, beats Garry Kasparov in chess.
Mm-hmm.
Is chess a sport? I mean, it was listed as a sporting event.
I'm sorry. No, chess is not a sport. I'm sorry. It's a board game.
That's agreed.
It's a board game. And now, do you have to be talented to be good at chess? Absolutely. But it does not require any athletic ability.
Hey, but you know what?
This is true.
Right. Okay, but you know what? We're going to talk about playing some chess here later. Matt and I just talked about it.
I can tell you who was playing
before
chess.
we went on the air, right? See?
Yeah. The Seahawks were playing chess.
No. We'll get to it later. Matt knows exactly what I'm talking about, right, Matt?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. All right, so listen up, boys.
Checkers, but
hey, all right, listen up.
Chinese checkers.
Here's some good trivia questions. Which country has won the most gold medals in the Winter Olympics?
Norway.
I was going to say Norway, Sweden, or Canada. It's going to be one of those three. I think it's Norway.
It's
like all time?
Sweden.
All time.
It's either Norway or Sweden.
Which one?
Sweden.
I think it's Sweden.
Norway.
Okay, so Sweden's not even in the top 5.
Is it Canada?
Wow. Norway is number 1.
Okay. I knew it was one of the Nordic countries.
148. U.S. is second at 114. Germany 112. Soviet Union 78. Canada 77.
By the way, Norway's
top 5.
also leading the way so far this year.
They are.
Yeah. Stunning.
All right. All right, here we go. What is the most gold medals won in the Olympics by an individual in the Winter Olympics? Gold medals, not just medals. Give me a number.
Is it an American?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a Soviet.
I will tell you this.
It's a Soviet, isn't it?
The highest Americans are Eric Heiden and Bonnie Blair, who have won 5.
It's a Soviet, isn't it?
It's not on there. It's kind of
No.
But it won't be. It's in one game. What he does, there was not. There's not enough
2 events though.
There's not enough events though. So if 5 is the most for the Americans, it's got to be like 7 or 8.
I was thinking 8, and I thought it.
And it's going to be a
skater.
No, not a skater. It's going to be one of the skiers.
Oh,
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Like cross country.
Now this is for everybody though, not just Americans.
Cross country skiing.
Right? Is the number 8?
8. The number is 8. A female from Norway, Marie Borgen,
cross country skier,
has 8, and then 2 males. Born-Dahlis has 8, and they're cross-country skiers. But then Ole Einar Born-Dahlen has 8, and he's a biathlete.
Yeah, because there's enough events to have that many.
That's fair.
All right, one more. I got an interesting fact. So, Kansas beat Arizona last night on Big Monday at Allen Fieldhouse, right? Get this.
Can I say something about that real quick?
Yes, you can.
That's the first time that Kansas ever hosted a number 1 team in the country at that field house.
That's pretty crazy.
Really?
That's the first time that they have ever hosted a number 1 team in the country at Allen
So Kansas
Fieldhouse.
really doesn't play anybody.
All right, here's the interesting fact.
Except they win.
Here is the interesting fact. On Big Mondays at Allen Fieldhouse, Bill Self, his record is 40-0. On Mondays. On Big Mondays.
On Big Mondays.
On Big Monday on ESPN.
Have they lost on Little Mondays?
I don't know. On the road, they must have, but on Big Monday at Allen Fieldhouse, Bill Self is 40-0.
You do not want to play Kansas.
And also, Kansas was without one of their better players last night.
Yeah. Read up on that guy.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think
supposed number 1 pick, and he's always out. He's either injured or sick.
the agent just sitting.
There's something going on. Yeah.
I can tell you right now, that team's not hurting.
Don't like any of that, though.
Yeah.
For a number 1 pick, I don't.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's the rumored number 1, and there's a lot more going on than we know. All right, boys, that's what I got for interesting facts and trivia.
Anybody else got any interesting facts or trivia?
Yeah.
What you got, Mark?
Actually, I have some trivia for you guys. All right, a little bit of Super Bowl trivia for you. So, obviously, now that the big game is in the books, including this game this past Sunday, would anyone like to tell me or take a guess on which U.S. state has produced the most starting quarterbacks in Super Bowl history?
I'm going to say California.
No, it's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Is it really?
It's California with 13. Pennsylvania
I was going to say.
has 9.
9, that's what.
And third, anyone want to take a guess?
Ohio.
Ohio's at 4. They're not third.
He wasn't. I saw this.
Is it Florida or Texas?
Texas has 5. They are not third.
It was somebody kind of that you would never think of.
It is.
Oh. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is it Maryland?
No, it is Louisiana with 7. Florida has never produced one.
They were 0.
That's surprising.
Wow.
Florida has never had one.
I was with Matt on Pennsylvania because you know all the Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
quarterbacks,
Joe
right?
Montana, Dan Marino.
Yep.
Also,
Sam Darnold just added to the list for this year, by the way.
correct.
Yeah.
He's a part of that list, as well as Drake May. I believe he's actually the only one from here.
He is.
There have been 5 offensive MVPs of the Super Bowl. 5 offensive players that have won Super Bowl MVP that have not scored a touchdown in the game. Kenneth Walker was the 5th. Anyone take any guesses?
5 offensive MVPs.
Yes, offensive MVPs.
Well, MVP of the Super Bowl, right?
Super Bowl MVP, yes.
They have not
and they
scored.
did. There were 5 players that did not score.
Was Deion Branch one of them?
That is one.
Yep, I remember that. Against the Eagles.
We wouldn't count a quarterback on that thing.
Yes, we would.
Yep.
Okay, so there's probably a couple quarterbacks because they throw touchdown
Yeah,
passes. They don't
but they
score.
don't.
Drew Brees.
No, Drew Brees threw a touchdown.
Okay, so if they
We
throw
are
a
counting that.
touchdown,
Okay,
counts.
okay, sorry.
Score.
I was going based off what he was saying.
No.
Okay.
If
that
they're
counts.
responsible or if there's a touchdown next to their name,
I can't imagine that Trent Dilfer did it.
Trent Dilfer is not one.
Who was the
I don't think he was the MVP of that game. Wasn't that Ray Lewis?
Yeah, but you said offensive MVP.
Yeah, but he didn't. But there's only one Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, there's
Only
no offense.
5.
We're talking about Super Bowl MVP.
No, wait a minute.
Hang on. Only 5 offensive players have won Super Bowl MVP
I thought you said
and not scored a
I
touchdown.
thought you said offensive MVP.
No.
Okay. Super Bowl MVP.
Okay,
Super Bowl
I just
MVP.
wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Like, don't be like Harry.
So
now, Mark.
Deion Branch is one of them.
Don't be like Harry. Make sure you clarify.
Never.
Okay.
How far back are we going with the 5?
There's been 60 Super Bowls.
Well, I know that.
So it goes all the way back.
All the
So
way
we
back.
have to know who the MVP of Super
Garo
Bowl
Yepremian.
1 through 10 are.
Holy cow! No.
Really?
Yeah.
Darn, okay. Do you even know who he is?
You know all these players. I don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you.
Matt knows who
Kenneth
that was.
Walker was the 5th. There are 3 more guys. Deion Branch against the Eagles.
Yep, that was
All right, we got
4.
Yep. Harry, one of these is like blatantly obvious.
Well, I mean, is Adam Vinatieri?
No.
Oh, wait, no, he scored.
What?
He scored. What am I talking about? Blatantly
When did
obvious.
he score a touchdown?
Oh, you said a touchdown. I thought it was score at all. Sorry.
I feel like I need to just look at the Super Bowl winners so I know.
I thought you.
Who was blatantly obvious?
Okay, you.
All right, let's run it back from the beginning. The first one was Joe Namath in Super Bowl III.
Oh, no, I would never.
Mm-hmm. The next one would be for the Oakland Raiders at wide receiver, Fred Biletnikoff.
Biletnikoff.
Yes.
Okay.
Deion Branch was the next one on the list, so there was a nice little gap in between there.
Was a gap there.
And then the fourth one from Super Bowl 51, wide receiver Julian Edelman.
Yep, you're right. I forgot about that.
Blatantly
I
honest.
didn't even know he was a Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
Yeah, really for one catch, if we're being honest, but
Wow.
That was a great catch.
it almost wasn't.
It was a great catch.
Yeah. All right, I got one for you. So, this was a little factoid. Which college has the most Super Bowl champions from their university?
At USC.
He's right. It was USC. Do you know that number, Mark?
When you say that, you mean the number of players that went to USC that won the Super Bowl?
Well, let's see. That number changed now after Sunday. Because I'm pretty sure Harry and I saw the same thing, and it was before Sunday. Because I think it was either 50 or 51 prior to Sunday.
Well, as of now, after the Super Bowl, the number 68.
No way.
It just feels like I want to make myself feel better about the weekend trivia question right there.
It is. It was him going into the game. You know, if Sam Darnold wins, I'm not going to be upset.
I'm not upset. You've not heard me complain. As a matter of fact, I posted on Facebook. I'm very happy with him.
Delusional.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's start talking about
Let's dive into it. The modeling that
Super
it was.
Bowl. Okay, wait a minute. Hey, Bryson, who'd you pick to win the Super Bowl?
The Patriots.
Mark, who'd you pick?
The Seahawks.
Who'd I pick?
The Seahawks.
Who'd you pick?
The Patriots.
I had to pick the Patriots because you picked the Seahawks.
Exactly, whatever.
No.
Uh-huh.
Harry, if you didn't pick your own team in the Super Bowl, I would have smacked you across the face on
Mark,
it.
So
I
guess
didn't
what,
pick my
Harry?
own team in the big game against Denver.
Harry, guess what? You know what I think that means in the picks? I didn't add it up. Mark beat you, and I beat you.
No.
Yeah, you're last.
I couldn't pick the same team he was. We would have had a tie. Actually, I might have won. That would have been
I
the
don't
same.
know. Whatever. All right, boys, let's talk about the game. Let's let Matt go first. Matt, give me your impression of the game this weekend.
Oh, I don't know first.
I'll go
Seahawks
first. I'm a
28,
Patriots fan. I'm the only one that had a dog in the fight. I'll go
Seahawks
first.
29, Patriots 13.
There
Let's
was no
go
fight.
for it.
let me tell you. Actually, so here's what I'll tell you. He said Mark just said a comment. It wasn't a fight. It was actually a great defensive battle. If you like defense, that was a great football game from all aspects. The Seattle defense was, I think I've said this a couple times now, that was like an all-time performance by them in the Super Bowl. And a lot of that was aided by, and this is just me being completely blunt here, I think Josh McDaniels laid one of the biggest eggs he's ever done as a coach. And by that, I mean you can only work with what you got. I understand that. But seeing how the last three games have gone for the Patriots, there was not adjustments that should have been made when it comes to Drake and his legs, I feel like. I thought, and I said this to you at the party, why are we not treating Drake like he's more like a Josh Allen, get him out moving more, out of the pocket? There is no way you let him sit there and get hit. I mean, how many times was he sacked?
6 officially.
He had 2 fumbles. I mean, there was nothing we could have done, I think.
1.
No, he had 2.
That was a pick.
It was a pick. It was a rolled interception.
Yeah.
So you were right. There was a pick
Okay,
6.
sorry.
He went off
Yeah.
and the guy got caught in the
Yeah, I was right about that. It just went to the wrong team.
Correct.
Wow, the script kind of got that one. So I didn't think the Patriots coaching did anything to help. Now, granted, again, with the way that defense was playing, I don't know what all could have been, but I think there's adjustments that they just didn't ever really do in the playoffs. And give Coach Mike McDonald and his staff a lot of credit. They capitalized on everything that they saw leading up to this game. And they went out there and played with a purpose. And
Hey, I want to jump in here for a second. So you're saying that the Patriots didn't adjust their offense based on what the Seahawks defense was going to do, correct?
No, I'm saying they didn't.
Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying throughout the playoffs, if you look at what they did in the playoffs, now mind you, they're playing much better defenses. I will say that. It almost seemed like they got conservative with a lot of their play calling. I mean, You're
wait a minute. Because my point was going to be, you talked last week about how they played their offense was struggling because they played against 3 really good defense. But now you're trying to say, well, they didn't make any adjustments. They're playing against good defense.
But that's my point. You go 3 quarters and you're not doing anything. Why are we not changing? Like, they didn't try to do anything.
Harry, I'll do you one better. They didn't make any adjustments in the 2 weeks they had time to.
That's my point too.
You can forget halftime. They didn't make adjustments from the last.
They didn't make adjustments till the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl when they're already down.
It was chucking it up to Mac Hollins.
Exactly. And if that's your winner, but I guess what I'm saying is it felt like the way the game was called was like they still, and I said this before, it felt like they were calling it like they still had 12 back there under center.
And he ain't coming.
That's what it felt like. Like, you got a guy that's great in the pocket, obviously, with Tom Brady. You get Drake May out of the pocket because the whole left side of the offensive line is a bunch of rookies who can't block right now.
I will say the lack of motion to your quarterback, getting him on boots, whatever it was, outside the pocket in some way, or at least move it so that he's away from that danger. As Harry said, that left side was getting bombarded. I mean, Will Campbell gave up 14 pressures on Sunday night. And that's bad.
And I'll tell you right now, and I've said this since he came back, because he was playing good throughout the year until he got hurt. And then when he came back, I don't feel like he was playing as well. But as the rest of the season went on, I'm sitting there going, like, they're going to have to move him from left tackle to left guard.
He's not a tackle.
He's not.
I know.
His arms are too short.
Yeah. He's got to be left guard. And, of course, Mike Vrabel comes out today and says, yeah, we're keeping him a left tackle.
No, good
luck.
As a Bronco fan, I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm sure you are. But, yeah, I overall – I think I'm just going to say this. The better team 100% won the football game. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I think the Patriots didn't do themselves any favors to try to give themselves a chance in this game with how they called the game and just didn't – I mean, again, the defense with Seattle I think was an all-time effort and performance. So I don't know how much it would have made a difference, but the game sucked because of it, I felt like.
Do you want to go?
They asked a rookie quarterback, and I know he's a second-year quarterback, but he's really a rookie.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the starter last year.
He's a playoff rookie at the very least.
Like halfway through the season, right? So a rookie and a half. Mm-hmm. They asked him to be 12.
Exactly.
Seattle ran a similar, if not the same pressure, like 6 times in the game.
And it worked every time.
And Drake never saw it once.
And the sad thing is that how many times did they rush just 4?
A lot.
And they were still getting to
pressure.
Well, when you have the left side of your offensive line like you have it, I'd just rush 4 if I can too.
I'd just rush 2 over on the left side and call it a day.
And the thing was, even when they were going to 5 guys, 6 guys coming on a blitz, secondary's holding up because there's no real threat in that receiving core to make an impact. Like Stephon Diggs, Mac Hollins had the 2 long catches on the 1 touchdown drive, the first touchdown drive they had. But outside of that, there was nothing that Seattle feared going down the field because they knew with 4 guys they could still get pressure. That impacts everything. So a great secondary that's relaxed and it doesn't have to have that pressure on them with downfield threats, with receivers back there who can make plays, that makes a world of difference. Well, but the Patriots were outclassed, Harry. Like,
you're not going to argue
100%. Like
outplayed, outcoached,
right.
everything.
Yeah,
and this is the thing, because the one thing you always heard all week was, the Patriots are here a year early. You know, they're a year ahead of schedule.
I think it's more than a year.
They're way more than a year.
That's the thing is
they won't be back for a little bit.
No, and you now go from being the hunter to the hunted. The bullseye is going to be squarely on New England's back, and now you have to make that adjustment next season. But you go. We talked about it last week. You go across the roster. There's few spots where you'd say, the Patriots are better there.
Yeah.
In all honesty, you go across the board, position by position, there's few spaces.
And the one spot you thought they would be better at, they were not remotely close, and that's the head coach and the coordinators.
Yeah.
Well, and
Mike McDaniel or Mike McDonald absolutely outcoached Mike Vrabel. We can sit here and say it was Josh McDaniel all we want. At the end of the day, as I hear all the time from Friday night in the stands,
it's the head coach.
And Mike Vrabel allowed it to take place.
And you're 100% right. But the weird thing is, again, just having seen the Patriots in this position however many amount of times. Now, obviously, this is a different one without Tom Brady. It just felt like what I've said about Bill Belichick when he was getting to the end of his tenure, that there was no evolution or adapting to the situation that they currently were in. And I pin a lot of that on Josh McDaniels.
Yes.
And listen, I get what you're saying about Mike Vrabel, and they're both at fault. There's no doubt about it. But Vrabel gives Josh McDaniels a lot of reign.
But he's still the CEO of the company.
He is.
And he's ultimately responsible for what happened.
And he'll be the first.
100%.
He'll be the first to tell you. And then let's also just say this. You talk about Drake May being a rookie, and he effectively is. He was presented a situation in front of him that I said this to Mark. I think if you had put Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs out there, not this year, but a good team, they're going to struggle against that defense.
Yeah,
that was
the Rams didn't.
Well, but hey, MVP. There's your point.
Wow.
The point to be made.
Whoa. Runner up.
But last week, you were talking about, or a couple weeks ago, Drake may be in the MVP.
I said he was 100% could be.
Well,
MVP.
now you're saying that the Rams played better against the Seahawks because they had the MVP.
No,
Yes, you are. That's what you're saying.
They got
Brian, first of all, you're missing the point. You're digging for stuff here. I'm saying that Matthew Stafford played against the Seahawks how many times this year? Three times?
He plays more.
Yeah.
And I'm just Sean McVay is a better coach than Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels.
100%.
It's not relatively close.
It's not close.
It's not close at all.
Yeah.
Right. And they were outclassed, but I mean Drake looked in that game like he looked the previous weeks. He looked just like he did in Denver, except for in Denver he had the one big run that led to the one touchdown.
Yeah. And he actually had one touchdown pass in that game.
Yeah. No.
Did he not have the one?
It was 10.
Oh, that's right. It was a run. It was a run.
It was the one big run, and he completed one other ball.
I was thinking.
I mean, he had more completions, but he completed one other decent throw in that game. Now, some of it was the weather in the second half.
Sure.
But he looked no better on Sunday than he did the previous Sunday.
Well, if you look at the playoffs, and this is what I'm saying,
he's been bad the whole time.
As I say,
shoulder, whatever.
He did all right against the Texans. And did all right against the
5 fumbles.
But I was going to say, but as far as like his passing stats, he never once looked comfortable as he did in the regular season. He did in the playoffs, and a lot of that I attribute that to how good the defenses were, but a lot of that I also attribute to being a young, inexperienced quarterback.
So in the
don't disagree with that.
So in the regular season, I think he led the league in completion percentage at like 70, right?
72.
Yeah. Right,
72%.
and then in the playoffs, it fell to like 55. So like you're saying, it was
in the playoffs. He played 4 teams with winning records.
Yeah,
and
had 4 quality defenses.
And up until the Super Bowl, 3 of the top 5 defenses in the league.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now let's flip it over because we've obviously talked a lot about the Patriots. Seattle being what it is. This is for what it is. Like what are common things? Like if you win a football game, coach. You win a football game. What are certain things you get like they're just cliches? Like we didn't what?
Turn the ball over.
Sam Darnold
turned over the entire playoffs.
No. Yeah.
They are the first Super Bowl champions in NFL history to go the entire postseason without turning it over. So it wasn't just Sam Darnold. It
was the whole team.
Yes.
And going back to, and then we kind of talked about this. He had his best game of his career in the
NFC
Championship against the Rams
when he needed it.
Exactly. Correct. And the week before that, when they played the Niners, he didn't have to do diddly squat. He did just enough.
It was over after the opening kickoff.
Exactly.
Literally.
So, but one thing that I think the Seahawks did very well, going back to week 10, essentially, as I'm going to say, they played very good complementary football, and the defense was starting to get rocking and rolling. The offense was steady enough. Didn't really have to be flashy, but they could be at moments. But listen, I tip my cap to the Seahawks. I think Kenneth Walker getting 135 yards, I think, was something I did not have on my bingo card for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nor did I have that the MVP was going to come down to him and the kicker. But the Seahawks just
good case could have been made for Jason Myers, by the way.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is what I'll say too. There was the very first pass that Sam Darnold threw, and I was talking to Mark. I said, the little bit of the wild card here is how is Sam Darnold going to be in this moment?
Heat check ball.
That heat check ball, that very first pass he threw was in a window the size of Mark's head, and he zapped it in there without even being nowhere.
Phased.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfect. Sam Darnold in the moment played very well. He didn't play great. He played well enough, and
he missed a lot of throws.
He did.
He still missed a lot of throws.
And I'll say,
but he made more plays than Drake.
100%, and
under the same duress, really.
And the thing is,
in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big difference with Drake and him was that Sam was. I mean, he missed throws. You're right, but he was getting throws off, and he was at least having the opportunity. I'll tell you, Christian Gonzalez saved at least 2 touchdowns for the Seahawks. With a couple just phenomenal plays. So
that's experience.
Yeah, and listen. Again, the better team won. I have no excuse other than we just got our ass beat by a better team. And that's just flat out. At the end of the day, that's what it was. We were outcoached.
Oh, it was a whooping.
Yeah, we were outcoached. We were outplayed. And I tip my cap to Seattle. They had a great game plan. Mike McDonald deserves a lot of credit. That staff does. I think they're going to miss Clint Kubiak a little bit. But listen,
they will, but as long as they have that defense.
I agree.
Yeah, and Clint's offensive coordinator, just never that.
And listen, I think Seattle will be back. Right now, I don't see a reason why they won't be.
Between the two of them, they have the best chance.
Oh, 100%. And I saw the what do they call it? I guess the odds for the Super Bowls next year, and the Patriots are 13-1. I'm like, listen,
long way to go.
I feel like it was kind of like lightning struck us this year a little bit at the right time. We got. And not to say
it was an overachieving year. Like the whole way around. Look, there's not a human being that really believed that the Patriots are going to go 14-3, be the number 2 seed in the AFC.
If you asked me in September, I would have laughed.
Yeah. And even when the playoffs came out and they get San Diego, or excuse me, Chargers, LA.
We wish it was still San Diego.
And then they get the Texans, who have arguably the best defense in the NFL.
And tumultuous weather.
But then in bad weather, and their quarterback turns it over 5 times.
Yep.
And then they go to a game that they really almost shouldn't have still won against Denver. Mm-hmm. And Denver and Bo Nix breaks his ankle.
Yeah.
Right. Their best running back's not playing.
Insane.
Right. I mean, because the truth is, if Dopkins or if Bo Nix is playing, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl.
The way that game played out, I would agree with that.
Right. I mean, it should have been 10-10 as it was.
I will tell you though, and as the playoffs went on, the Patriots' defense was good enough to keep them in any of the games.
100%.
But eventually that was going to collapse.
Well, and that's the thing. This was the game that I feel like, and we talked about it, the offense for the Seahawks was also, I don't want to say methodical, but that's what they are. They're kind of a methodical offense because they don't have to be flashy, but they just have to do things well. And when you got JSN out there, they can catch balls. Cooper Kupp, you got not Charbonnet, obviously, in the playoffs, but
A.J. Barner.
Yeah, and then you got Kenneth Walker. I mean, they didn't have to be good. They just had to be good enough. And that's what they are.
They're not great.
Well, and think about it. They just moved the ball offensively enough to kick field goals.
Yeah.
And the Patriots just struggled to do that. The Patriots
were
do that.
Go through the third quarter, they were 2 for 8 for first downs.
Did you notice, by the way, that Mike McDonald was not thinking, oh my God, we got to go for it here on fourth down?
Not one time. He didn't hesitate. Yeah. And that did I not talk about that before the game?
Well, that's what we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And the one thing
I wasn't here for that.
And the one thing I will tell you, and this is what I said last week on the show, if the Patriots are going to have any chance in this game, they had to develop a run game early to take a little bit of that pressure off.
And they did not.
Yeah, they couldn't. They couldn't. And listen, like I said, I'm very happy. Sam Darnold's the first USC quarterback to win a Super Bowl, which is that's a different story. That's crazy to me.
There's no way to make this actual trivia question, but in 20 years they'll say, what's the worst offensive line to ever play in a Super Bowl?
Well, it's either going to be it'll be them or the 2021 Bengals. It'll be the
2025 Patriots.
And that's what I feel like we're going to turn into if we're not careful. And that's why, like, when they say,
you really want to know when I knew it was over? It was that false start by Will Campbell, where he kind of like rocked back for a second and then got put on his ass.
I'll tell you,
the same play.
I'll defend Brable a little bit on this. You can't tell the world that you're moving Campbell right now, though.
Oh, I know.
You back it. But I mean, Coach is right. You get to that level,
but in 4 months, you can't do when he goes to guard or center. You can't do it. Liar.
He'll be a fantastic guard.
You can't do it to a rookie that just got his ass right. 100%.
No. But you're saying no. He's our left tackle.
They're going to have to move him, and that's part of the keys we'll end up talking about.
$40 million. We'll get to that in a second. $40 million in cap space for the Patriots.
47.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Almost as much as the Broncos.
So you have that. So do they entertain going to get a left tackle?
Yes.
Maybe even in the draft at that point.
No, you're going to get an experience.
Well, we're going to talk about.
Speaking of that right there, here's what we're going to do real quick. You got 30 seconds. What's the biggest offseason need for your team, Harry? You go first. Patriots.
We need a pass rush up the middle, so we need to address the linebacking core where we can get a better pass rush. Patriots defense is really good this year, but that was, if you're going to point out a weakness, that was it. We need to re-sign Christian Gonzalez because he's turning into one of the stars in the game in the defensive secondaries.
Now?
What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you only have 30 seconds.
And then we have to address the offensive line. We have to shore that up somewhere. I don't care how they do it, but they got to shore it up somewhere, especially on that left side. And we have to go get out a number one receiver.
All right, Matt, Broncos, right?
Oh yeah,
get your quarterback's ankle healed.
Yeah, that running back. We signed Dawkins or go get Kenneth Walker maybe, somebody else. We need a Mike backer. Singleton's great and great story, but he's got to go. We need an inline tight end, and then we got to re-sign a couple of those inside guys. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of needs.
All right, Mark.
A number one receiver.
Mark Steelers.
Mine's the same every year, isn't it? Quarterback. Quarterback. See where they go. Mike McCarthy has the history of developing quarterbacks. So do you feel like you have a guy in-house, maybe Will Howard, who knows? But you've got to start taking a look at some of those options potentially in the draft. Outside of that, receiver as well. They've got to do that as well as getting some of those guys on the defensive side of the football. An inside linebacker would be great. Patrick Queen's a very good linebacker, but I think he's missed a lot of tackles the last couple of years. Getting a stud in the middle of that defense, I think, shores a lot of things up with communication, and some of that experience Ryan will help.
Aaron Rodgers.
All right, Commanders, you're up next.
You said I only have 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, make it quick.
I should have given you my 30.
Yeah, really. This is going to take some time.
I donate my time to the floor on the floor.
Number one, let's keep Jaden Daniels healthy. Let's figure out how to do that.
All right, you're done. That's it.
I mean, let's just protect the guy, right? Get a pass-catching tight end. I want a guy that can – I just want some weapons. We thought we had that at the beginning of this year. We need some real weapons. You need some guys in there that can catch the football, and you got to protect him in the process. So, I don't know. Keeping him protected, give him some weapons, let him go to work. I think defensively, maybe, you need a premier edge rusher. You need a guy that can get in there. But offensively, they missed the ball at the beginning of this season, something they were looking forward to. I was looking forward to, thought it was going to be great. It absolutely flopped, so they need some help. But that's all around the board. So,
real quick, before you go, you actually bring up a good point, because after the first year that Jaden Daniels had, they attracted some offensive talent that you thought was really going to add to the success, and just never came to fruition this year.
All right, Panthers.
Debo.
Here we go. Edge rusher. I think on offense we're good. I think we need an edge rusher is the biggest deal. We were third fewest in sacks, 31st in pressure rate, and 32nd in quarterback hits. Some good guys out there in the draft. Akeem Mesidor, Cassius Howell. A couple other free agents. How about Trey Hendrickson, Khalil Mack, or Joey Bosa?
Jeez, he identifies the problems and brings solutions.
Right?
Sounds like he could be a GM.
Hey, and hold on.
He brought names.
Hey, and linebacker, 28th in short passes into the middle of the field. Look for a linebacker, too.
You got to get a real running back.
And then O-line depth. Well, I mean, I think you got to shore up the defense first. I mean, the offense needs to be improved, I agree, but I think you got to shore up the defense first. No pressure on the quarterback. In the NFL, that's big. We just talked about it in the Super Bowl, how big it was
key
on both teams. So that's what I'm saying. I need them Panthers edge rushers, linebackers.
But it was cool they made the playoffs, though.
Who?
Yeah, Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I was excited for it.
Make it the bigger surprise story than the Patriots.
100%.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the Olympics.
Woo! And would you like to win 2 tickets to the Grand Ole Opry? That's right. Tune in Wednesday through Friday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. for our weekly Opry Brain Teaser. Then be ready Friday morning between 9:30 and 10 for your chance to call in and give the right answer. The first correct caller wins. We're giving away tickets every week all year long, so your odds of winning are great. Keep those radios tuned in, think fast, and good luck. You can only win once every 30 days. You must be 18 or older. So everybody has a chance to go to the Grand Ole Opry.
You've found your diamond in the rough. Now it's time to find a diamond to celebrate that love. R. Gregory Jewelers takes the search overseas to the diamond capital of the world, Antwerp, Belgium. We go thousands of miles to handpick from thousands of carats to discover the most beautiful diamonds before they're ever even seen by other stores. Antwerp sparkles with beauty and history, but its brilliant advantage to you is the best selection and value. For your 1 in a million, choose an Antwerp diamond from R. Gregory Jewelers.
Alarm South is your hometown security provider, serving Iredell and the surrounding counties since 1963. Alarm South specializes in custom security solutions for your home or business. No job is too small or big for Alarm South. Their services include burglar, fire, access control, camera systems, video verification, and more. Whatever your security need is, Alarm South can tailor a solution to fit your needs. Call our team of industry professionals for your free estimate today. 704-872-9857.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sports Recap Show here on 92.9 WAME, not sponsored by Taco Bell if you're watching. Harry's just eating his dinner. Live from the mothership here at the Rated Marine Studios, Mark the Big Mac Covert, Brian Professor Suarez, Harry the Menu Nostrant, Bryson Commander Davis, and the coach, Matt Jenkins.
The old ball
joining us
coach.
again. We can't just do the coach. Sorry. Wes Cabarrus, head football coach, Matt Jenkins,
There he
in the
is.
studio with
I
us.
appreciate it.
You got to be formal about it.
There we go.
Fellas, the Olympics underway. Opening ceremony last Friday. Everything's gotten to full swing now. And I'll answer the first question right off the bat, which is, what have you been watching? Curling to the gods, to the moon.
Every time, every one of them.
Yes.
Curling.
I love
Chess,
curling.
yes.
I still don't fully understand it, but it's so fun to watch.
Chess on ice.
Like scoring
It's
wise.
shuffleboard.
No,
it's
bocce ball.
cornhole.
No, it's bocce balls.
No,
It is- no, it is like-
It's bocce.
It's bocce balls.
But it's interchangeable. People here in the South hear cornhole and boom.
I think of washers.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're from the-
it's adding and subtracting.
Yeah,
You're from the
That's
West
what it
Coast.
is.
But it's
So
like bocce. Before we
yeah.
got on the air, Matt and I were talking about this, about the
It's a-
match today.
beautiful sport.
It's
Absolutely beautiful.
I think I said this before we went on air. I really think of all the Olympic sports, it's the one that all of us go, you know what, we can
I can do that.
Okay, so I was just
Now I can't bend that low anymore to slide on the ice. But if you could do it, you go, I can do that.
So I was listening to Mad Dog Radio on the way up here, and they were talking about that. They go, I think it's the one sport that most Americans look like, and they go, hey, I could do that while drinking a beer.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
it's totally how it
100%.
feels. Like, especially after last year, or last Olympics, when the four dads were out there just...
Just know, you do it with beer, ankles are getting taken off.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Because those
Stones are heavy. They are heavy.
Yeah.
heavy. No, it's been mesmerizing though. Like honestly, like everything about it, it's just grown in popularity since the last 4 to 8 years.
And we won a medal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First time that mixed duos got a medal.
Mixed doubles. It's only
Yeah.
it's only the third U.S. medal all time.
Boom.
I think it's growing. It's interesting how many people are starting to
I
really
would love
watch it.
I want to go to the curling center and try it.
We were just talking
Harris Boulevard.
at school day. We were all talking. Hey, we need to go down there and just do a little professional development.
Professional development.
Company outing.
Teacher work day,
Oh,
right?
my
Professional
God.
development. We're going to go down there.
Yeah, there's some teachers
see
I
what
want to
this
see
is all
that.
about. Yeah, I mean, everybody. I'm
Yeah.
serious. It seems like everybody's getting interested in that, right?
Yeah.
Like it is kind of cool.
I'd say probably any of the track sports too. So skeleton, luge, bobsled.
Oh,
hasn't
that
started
luge
just
stuff
yet.
is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I love the drone. The follows.
Yeah.
Like, this is like beautiful, whoever's doing that.
To me, it's incredible because they start going right, and you're like, okay, they're kind of like going around some of the turns, and then just out of nowhere, just boom, they're going like
Missile.
80, 90 miles an
Yeah.
hour. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
They are absolutely out of their minds.
someone.
If I'm getting on that, I'm not. There's no chance.
Speaking of the curling, because they had the mics attached to them, so you actually hear what they're saying this time. And someone was like, we just need to take the mics and attach them to all the athletes because I want to know like their commentary through the whole thing. And they went to did luge, and it was just.
The mics are great, but we need an interpreter for half.
Well, I was just like,
that too.
if the Germans start going, I hear 9. I know that's no. Or yeah.
You know what? Hey, you know what is crazy? Go back to the curling for a minute. Anil and I were watching it the other night, and she said, what's interesting about this is when Americans play somebody, they probably have no idea what they're saying, right?
But they know what we're
But
saying.
in reverse, they know exactly what we're saying because most foreigners, quote, know English.
Well, English
right?
is a universal language.
Yeah.
So
Start dipping into code words.
But overall, I've never had as much fun as I have watching Olympics
yeah,
as I have this year.
Oh, yeah,
I just
nice.
really,
Yeah.
just in general, I really enjoy all of it.
it started for me with the opening ceremonies. Like, it was a beautiful opening ceremony. It didn't get.
I caught about a half hour of it.
It
was nice.
It
It
didn't
gets
get
long.
like with the Paris ones recently, where they were like political. That's just another way to put it. Political.
Yeah, and
And it was just it was a good, beautiful opening ceremony. But yeah, just the competition's been good this year. There's been a lot of excitement. I mean, we're going to talk about other sports, but the Lindsey Vonn thing obviously sucks for Team USA and for her personally.
but we still win the goal in it.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah,
Who
that's right.
won? Breezy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then promptly broke her medal.
did she?
There's been a ton of them break.
Yeah.
Well, because they're cheap material.
It's not gold.
No, the medal itself is good. It's the ribbon and
Oh,
the
gotcha.
whatever they're using to
Flash or
attach it.
Oh, that's easy. They can fix that.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to.
But yeah, no, I agree. It's been a lot of fun to watch. I've actually, this is probably going to sound stupid. On my DVR, I'm recording every event.
No, I haven't gone that far with it. I record every curling event.
What?
Because,
Wait.
again, we can do it ourselves.
Do you not have Peacock?
I've got YouTube TV.
So do I.
It's
So
great.
Peacock's the way to go, dude.
I don't have Peacock, so like at school today we had to have somebody else had it, so they had it on their computer.
Because you can go back and watch anything at any time.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They've got that whole thing figured
Well,
out.
I've got an unlimited DVR. It's like the same thing.
That's YouTube. You can have as much as you want.
Yeah.
The thing is, and obviously we try to stay away from the political side of things as much as we can on the show, but the country has so much going on within it right now. Everyone around the world has a ton of things going on in their country, I assume, right? Obviously, Ukraine and Russia still have their stuff going on. It's been nice to not have to worry about all the political stuff that usually finds its way into the Olympics.
I wish reporters would stop asking the questions.
Yeah, for real. I mean, like, because they're trying to draw something out.
Right, just let them be athletes.
Right. I mean, it's been such a nice break because you don't hear about that stuff. You don't see anything. You don't see demonstrations for it. It's just like, we're here to compete. Yep. And that's bottom line. And that's been really refreshing to see across the board.
You know, the one thing you said, Matt, I think we talked about this, tennis player at the Australian Open, the lady who her parents are Russian, she's from New Jersey, was asked about the political situation, and she basically said, I thought I was here to play tennis.
They all punted.
And talk about tennis.
They all punted.
You know.
Why are you asking me this year?
Yeah, exactly. That's what she was saying. And I'm like, hey, she's exactly right.
Unfortunately,
like,
some of our athletes at the Olympics haven't punted. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Regardless of what they say, whether I agree or disagree.
So,
I'm rooting for them.
So go next. I've been watching the women's hockey. Kind of
Did you
cool.
see what they did today?
Oh, 5-0 over Canada.
We played Canada.
We beat Canada 5-0.
Oh, I had it recorded.
Oh,
Just
you should have told us. Don't talk about it.
Don't worry. The Canadian tears are just as fine, even if you know what happened.
Oh, I enjoy.
To be fair, it's only group play, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
We play.
Actually,
no.
Hey,
Canada always.
The first time Canada women's Olympic hockey has been shut out in the Olympics.
Canada always matters.
I'm not a big fan of Canada. I don't know how else to put that.
So you're gonna watch it and be like, yeah.
Hold on. Why?
Yeah, we're not going to.
Are you not a maple syrup guy?
I do enjoy. I do enjoy some maple syrup.
Do you like Michelob?
No,
Michelob's not Canadian.
I'm a Miller Lite guy.
Okay. All right, hey, and then men's hockey.
American over here.
Men's hockey's getting ready to fire up. Bryson and I'll be watching that. USA and Canada hopefully making it to the gold medal game.
So they don't play in group play?
No, they're in different groups.
So then they'll have
US
to,
is in Group C, Canada's in Group A.
They'll have to meet in the playoffs at some point.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched one the other day where they go skiing and they got the little gun on their back.
Yes, the biathlon.
That's fun to watch too. That's fun to watch too.
The heart rate at the end. You know what kind of shape you have to be to have the heart rate down to hit the target when you're shooting?
Yeah.
I went shooting the other day, and I could barely hit the target from 20 feet.
Yeah.
And my heart rate wasn't even up.
Yeah. You're like, damn, it is. It's impressive. What these guys do is impressive.
All right, so we're going to move on, and we'll talk some more about the Olympics next week. Watch it this week, and then we'll come back next week with it. Let's go on to college basketball. Big game on Saturday night, Duke versus Carolina. Duke and Carolina always deliver.
I just want this to be known. Harry just took his headset off, and Duke lost a regular season game, and he's heartbroken. The Patriots lost the freaking Super Bowl, and he's like, "Oh,
Carolina did that to him too, kind of."
So there's a big difference. There's a big difference. I didn't expect the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. Was I hoping they would? 100%. Were we outplayed and outcoached, and there's no excuses for it? 100%. Let's talk about Duke for a second.
What did you say last week?
What?
This is always a split series, and it's usually by the teams that
100%. But we were up by 13. Which, by the way, Duke has 2 losses this year. Guess what they've done in both those?
Blown a lead.
Blow 13-point lead.
Blue tire.
Stop getting up 13.
Yeah. Blue tire.
Hey, 12?
Get up 11.
Don't
14, okay.
Yeah.
28, okay. Yeah.
But not 13.
Yeah, but Brian nailed it. I mean, this is easily the best rivalry in college sports, and
sports.
And I would say you can make the argument sports in general.
Oh yeah,
at least from the American side.
And it's one of those things, again, we talked about. It doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter what the rankings are. Those teams give their best for that one. I mean, I'm not saying they don't regularly, but that they get everything they want from the other team. And Carolina showed a lot of heart at the end of that game. They could have very easily been like, listen, this is a tough hill. But no, they fought back. Duke just, for whatever reason, late in games, that's their Achilles heel right now is closing down games, because in the Houston game where they should have won, same thing. I don't know if they get complacent, but that's kind of what it feels like when you watch the game. And you've said this before. They play not to lose, not to win the game.
Yeah. Well, it seems like what happened in that game in the second half, Carolina would get close, and then they would drop back a little, and then it would get close. Bryson, you jump in here.
Yeah.
And then
stay quiet.
They just hung in there, and they kept getting close and close. And then it just seemed like the last maybe 5 minutes, Duke just kind of started missing shots. But some of that was to do to, in my opinion, Carolina started putting the pressure on them and playing much better defense.
And the Boozer Wilson matchup was pretty exciting too.
Yeah.
It was cool to see that. I listened to this game on the radio. I listened to the back half of the game on the radio because I couldn't watch it. So that was amazing.
What were you possibly doing?
That was great. I had a charity thing that I had to go do. So we were playing music at this. So I'm turning around, checking the score the whole time. And then I get in the truck and there's like a couple of minutes left. So I finally get to listen to it. Almost wrecked. Like, this is great. Like, I'm celebrating in the truck. But
let's not do that.
Your family's not good at that.
No, good point. Good point. What I wanted to say, though, what I wanted to say before that was how cool it is that Seth Trimble got to take the final shot, being a 4-year guy, senior, and he takes the game-winning shot at the buzzer. Mind you, there was 0.4 seconds left on the clock, but I think that's cool. Cool that Seth Trimble got to take that shot, and it says a lot talking about him being that he's been there for 4 years, and you just don't see that often.
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you just right now from a Duke point of view, that they are 100%. Like I said, any given time they get on the court, they could beat just about anybody if they're playing their game. But if they're going to have a legitimate chance, they got to figure out these end of game issues, late game issues, how to finish, because that is their biggest Achilles heel. Normally for Duke, it's rebounding. Like the rebounding is their biggest efficiency. They can shoot, obviously. They can score, obviously. They play good defense, but the rebounding is usually a big discrepancy, and that's usually where they lose ball games. That's not been the case so much this year. It's just shots falling when they need to and just closing out games. So,
but I will say this. I think the last couple of years, Carolina's definitely been down, right? Like, they have not performed nearly as well as you would like to think they would on the court. Recruiting's been down. A lot of the heat's been put on Hubert Davis, rightfully so. They had their struggles a couple weeks back,
he
right?
said fire Hubert Davis at one point.
Right. But he did. And this past offseason, we had that conversation, right?
So, I think it was a legit conversation. I think it still could be.
Because, like, you're at the University of North Carolina as the head basketball coach.
Who's currently losing by 3 to Miami.
Your expectation, Miami was favorite tonight somehow.
I don't get it.
The expectations are through the roof. Always. What is it? The ceiling's the roof? Yeah.
The roof is the
ceiling. Whatever stupid way that was done. Despite that struggle they had a couple weeks ago at Stanford, at Cal, this Carolina team's been a little bit different than what we've seen the last couple of years.
They're definitely playing better.
They're playing a better brand of basketball than we have seen the last couple of years, and you have to give credit where it's due, because Hubert Davis, that little stretch right there on the road, West Coast, it could have taken them one way or the other, and it's taken them down the positive road to this point. You got to give them some credit for riding the ship and getting them back to this position.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Hubert Davis getting his guys in there, like as far as the system and whatnot. And that part just doesn't fly with me because of the turnover rate in college basketball right now. But I will say one thing. They have changed their recruiting a little bit to the players they're trying to identify that they want to bring in. Of course, they're going after the top guys in the country, but they're also getting good – I don't want to say support guys because they're not like support guys, but they're putting a good 5 guys on the court at almost all times, and the guys they're getting are complimentary of each other. So, Carolina's fine. That people need to stop worrying about them. I get it. The expectations are high, but they're fine.
I think to your point too, there's a lot of guys that are a part of this team that their careers will probably they'll not be noticed far after their lives at Carolina, right? They'll go on, but when you look back at how they assembled together and the way that they played with each other, I think that's a Carolina thing too. Like, there's a lot of players that have played over the years for Duke, and they play a year or two, and then they're on to the NBA, and then they're played in the NBA, big stars, whatever. But I think Carolina, you see there's a different strategy, and that's changed some. But I think there's a lot of guys on this team that their careers are going to, they're going to go overseas and play ball, or they're not going to be the number 1 draft pick of the NBA, but they fit well together, and I think it's a unique strategy. The consistency with Hubert Davis over the last couple of years has been my problem, because you go from Roy Williams and you go from the dynasty that was, and just the Carolina expectations. Then you jump into Hubert Davis's era, and there's a lack of consistency. But to Mark's point, outside of a couple of games, Cal, SMU, Stanford this year, that has been back. And so that's refreshing. And the future for them, it just seems like they found their footing, and they're moving in the right direction. And I think that's a good thing.
It's hard to build a program when you have guys that are always one and done. That's the biggest challenge in college basketball right now. Is you got to find coaches that can build a program, build a culture, and you're doing it with guys who are constantly in the door and then right back out.
Right. In and out, in and out.
That's every sport now.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
With the NIL, that's every sport now.
All right, how about the AP Top 10 came out today? Duke actually lost in-state at number 4. Carolina jumped up from 14 to 11. So you got Arizona number 1, which is probably going to change next week now that they lost to Kansas. So you had Arizona, Michigan, Houston, Duke, Iowa State, UConn, Nebraska, Illinois, Kansas, and Michigan State.
I'll tell you a little something funny about Kansas. Does anybody know where they were ranked before the season started?
They weren't, I don't think.
You're 100% right.
They were not ranked.
You are 100% right.
The other one is Nebraska. I don't believe they were ranked either before the season
started. Have they ever been ranked?
Nebraska? I don't think in basketball.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it happened.
No, I don't think so. But, yeah, I'm not surprised Duke didn't really drop. I mean, I thought maybe if they did, they would drop one spot. But this has also been kind of a weird cycle because some good teams lost.
It's a rival game on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
lost by a shot.
It's a one possession.
And if they hold steady how they were going, they win by 10 points.
I'm actually a little surprised Carolina didn't move up into the top 10.
I'm a little surprised, but at the end, if you're looking at the body of work, it's still not maybe worthy of top 10 just yet.
Right. Go watch the SMU game and tell me if they should be top 10.
Well, the thing is, I think Kansas winning against Arizona kind of dipped that a little bit because Kansas did bump up 2 spots after that. So, I think if they're not there, I think Carolina bumps into the top 10 at that point.
Yep.
All right, and bracketology begins, boys. Here's the first CBS bracket right there. I know, but they're getting ready now.
I don't follow college basketball a ton.
Right.
Not until March.
I'll watch in March. Right. But I just feel like the beauty of college basketball in the past and the bracketology you're talking about was always like the mid-majors that were going to win.
Right.
And have a shot. I feel like that's dead.
I'd be so okay with this bracket, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like NIL. Has eliminated it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like you have guys shuffling everywhere with NIL. That leaves a lot of good players that are getting treated unfairly, and they go to.
But what made the mid-majors so great was they would have guys in their program for 4 and 5 years.
That's right.
And then they would get those 5th year, 4th year, and 5th year guys as a team, and then they'd make a run.
Well, look at
those don't exist anymore because those guys leave and go somewhere for more money now.
Isn't Gonzaga technically a mid-major?
They are technically, but I don't know if they're a basketball mid-major anymore.
That's fair. Well, I mean, look, you got St. John's. They're back in it. St. Louis is in there as well in the top 25. The only undefeated team left.
Besides, look at
Buffalo.
No, Miami.
Oh, Miami. That's right. Yeah.
But they're mid-major, I think.
They are.
Yes. But I look at like St. John's. They play in the Big East.
The fighting Roethlisberger.
And the Big East at one point was the best basketball conference
in
America.
What you're talking about, though, too, is like teams like Princeton, right? They've been in there and they've won a couple of games, and it's like because they still have 5-year guys,
right? And they still have a shot at it because their degree is worth what it's worth. So guys may not leave for that reason.
I think when even now,
but your VCUs, your Marquettes.
I do think though, like even now, once you get there, like it's still a different ballgame, and anyone can get in and win a game at any point in time.
I agree. I just don't know if we're going to see mid-majors getting Final Four and that kind of stuff.
Well, because what's going to happen with them is the same that happens in football, like we talk about. What happens in football? The FCS guys and the Division II guys get picked up by the Division Ones. So the mid-major guys are going to play 1 year. They're going to prove, man, that guy's pretty good. Next thing you know, he's playing for Kansas.
Yeah, it's no different than those Group 5s being in the playoffs. It's just a waste now at this point.
Yeah,
because of the NIL.
All right, let's go real quick. We got like 2 minutes to the quick recap. I want to talk about the Charlotte Hornets, who going into last night's game had won 9 games in a row. One of the hottest teams in the NBA lost last night to the Pistons. But the big story is the Donnybrook, I guess, in the game last night, right?
The rumble and bumble.
The rumble and the bump. The rumble and bumble, yeah.
The Bumble
You've
Rumble.
seen this?
The Bumble Rumble.
Ooh. I showed it to Bryson before we went on the air. That was a heck of a rumble.
Oh, right? It was... I thought we were watching hockey for a second.
I need 90s, early 2000s NBA back. I just need people fighting. You don't like someone? Fight them. If you get a hard foul, fight them. I don't care what it takes. I just everywhere. Fist throwing everywhere.
If they flop, fight them.
Fight them. if they throw a foul on you, sock them in the face.
I want to tell you, I watched it this morning when I got to work. I heard it on XM. They said, big rumble in Charlotte. I watched it, and I'm like, whoa.
It was a scuffle.
This was serious.
It was a scuffle. And then and the nice thing was it carried over because that was in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, a bogus charging call was called on Grant Williams going straight down the lane. And Charles Lee, I think, is the name of the coach. I should probably know this being on a sports show.
He got thrown out, right?
Yeah, he got thrown out. He was out of his mind and got ejected. That's what I want to see. Like it's not just in the NBA, but certainly here, where the Hornets have not been good in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been a decade since they were last in the playoffs with Kemba Walker leading the charge, Dwight Howard, guys like that. Dwight Howard was here for like a year.
So he lost his mind?
He lost his.
I've been to 4 or 5 games. I don't know if I've ever seen him raise his voice.
He was beside himself last night.
Good for him.
Yeah, but that's what you want to see. Like, young team on the rise. You got 9 in a row. You're fighting to get that 10th one at home against the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
I want to see my coach get fired up, and by God, he got ejected because of it. But that's been the good thing. Like the Hornets have had an energy to them. They've had a swagger to them, and all of a sudden for the team that couldn't find a way to win, they've forgotten how to lose.
Yeah.
So good for Charlotte.
Which let's also talk about the fact that Detroit's the number 1 team in the East right now.
Already said it.
Yes.
No. Let's just talk about that for a quick second.
Times changed here.
And as I say, the Hornets are going.
They're still in 10th.
Yeah,
but
they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, they're much closer than where they were 2 weeks ago.
All right.
How about the jive at the high?
I don't know. No, the rumble
feels weird.
The rumble
is pretty good.
Yeah,
the rumble.
All right, so real quick, I want to just go over. We hadn't talked lately. The Hurricanes go into the Olympic break in first in the Metro at 78 points, 8 points ahead of second place Pittsburgh. They're tied with Tampa Bay for the most points in the Eastern Conference. Your Hurricanes are 8-0-2 in the last 10 games, and they got one of the best player stories probably all year so far is Brandon Bussey. I don't have his record written down, but he's played unbelievable in goal after being picked up from the Florida Panthers.
My fear is how long does that last? The way that the Hurricanes goalie story that's the first good one that's come out, okay, in the last probably 5 or 6 years. But it's good. It's good to have a little bit of consistency. I mean, the guy's winning games for him. So keeping pucks out of the net, literally his job, and he's doing good at it. So, I mean, look. And it's a great thing in Carolina because it's been a struggle the last several years. So, they're not Avalanche level. I'm not going to say that they're up there with Colorado, but I think that they're on their way and sitting comfortable. I mean, 8-point lead at the top of the Metropolitan. Yep. Penguins are good, sitting in a good spot.
All right, my Panthers are really stinking it up. They've had a bunch of injuries. They are 61 points. They're 8 behind the Boston Bruins for the second wild card, but they got 5 teams they got to pass. They're going to have to go on some kind of run to get to the playoffs. They've had a bunch of injuries, and we'll just happen to see what happens. They really don't have any players to come up from Charlotte. Superstars, they've had some come up play and were serviceable, but they just don't have any backups.
It's interesting to me because you've got a team that's been dominant for several years, and you kind of got the same assembly of guys coming back this year, and they've just not had it.
Yep. No,
except that one night at your house whenever they wanted to shoot up. That's right. Harry showed up, and then they started playing.
Harry showed up, and the entire sports world got turned on its head.
All right, and then the Checkers.
Oklahoma goes, what?
All right, so the Checkers are third in the Atlantic Division, 13 behind Wilkes-Barre for second, but they got 4 games in hand. This weekend coming up, they will play Saturday and Sunday against Hartford. Puck drops at 4 p.m. It's kind of interesting. Last weekend, they played Grand Rapids Griffins, who's the best team in the American Hockey League. Beat them on Friday night, lost on Saturday. They played Grand Rapids 4 times. Grand Rapids has a total of 7 losses the whole year. 2 of those are to the Charlotte Checkers. It's pretty darn good. All right, boys.
Haymakers at the Hive.
Whatever.
He's been looking up.
We want to thank Matt Jenkins.
Trying to find something.
I just came up with that one.
Try and get something better than the Bubble Rumble.
We want to thank Matt Jenkins for coming up here.
Appreciate you having me.
And talking to us, spending an hour talking sports. It's been a fast and fun hour and 4 minutes here at the Sports Recap on WAME 92.9 FM, 550 AM. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock.
Deuces.
Real Country is 550 AM WAME, 92.9 W225BD, Statesville.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is refusing to consider Moderna's application for a new flu vaccine made with mRNA technology. The company announced the news on Tuesday. The FDA's decision reflects heightened scrutiny under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has criticized mRNA technology. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has acknowledged that he had met with Jeffrey Epstein twice after the late financier's 2008 conviction for soliciting prostitution from a child. It's a reversal of Lutnick's previous claim that he had cut ties with the late financier after 2005. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 52 points. The Nasdaq dropped 136. The S&P lower by 23. This is SRN News.
Here's some great news. If you missed the deadline to sign up for health insurance, or more importantly, if you're just not happy with what you've got, you still have a choice. It's called MediShare, and it's proven for more than 30 years it is proven. And we know this from member surveys. People love it, which is why it's grown to hundreds of thousands of members across the country. One big factor, besides the peace of mind that comes from being